Hey y'all, okay, we're fixing to make some macaroni and cheese. I already have my water boiling over here. Now that's one of the main things that you want to make sure you have is enough water. You don't want to crowd up your pasta because you want it to cook perfectly, okay? So get you a lot of water, and then I'm going to do 2 cups. And this right here is my favorite pasta for macaroni and cheese. Now I don't care to go for a cheaper pasta on different things, but for my macaroni, I like this kind right here. I love the texture of it, and it's just my favorite. We're going to do 2 cups, okay? 2 cups in there, which is almost a whole box, but we're going to save that. I always do 2 cups. All right, we're going to pour that in there. Get the spoon here, do a good mix once you first pour it in there. And like I said, make sure you have extra water. You want enough water for it so it can boil really good. All right, we're just gonna let that cook. I'm telling you, I'm gonna show y'all step by step on how I do this. I do a very simple macaroni and cheese, but I feel like some of the little extra steps that I do is what makes it so good, because everybody always loves it, and I think you will too. And for our dinner tonight over here, I have Braden some green beans back here that I cook, because y'all know that's his green vegetable that he loves so much. And then for myself, I did some broccoli here that I put a little bit of cheese over. So anyway, and then I have all my stuff here ready for our macaroni. I'm just gonna let that cook, y'all, and I'll come back and we'll make this macaroni and cheese. Hey y'all, okay, I have drained our pasta, so now what we're going to do, I like to melt down our sauce before we put our pasta back in. That way, as you're trying to mix it and melt everything, you don't have that pasta in there too. So to me, it's just a better way. So what I have here is my Velveeta cheese. This is probably about half or to 1/3 of the big block. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the big 2-pound block. So this is either about half to 1/3. This is just what I had left. So really your cheese amount is just however much you want. And then I have half a stick of butter here. Okay, so we're gonna toss all of that in. Okay. And you know, I was telling y'all the other day that I don't typically buy milk because I don't use it much, but whenever I make macaroni and cheese, I do have to have milk because I use a lot of it. This is your key ingredient to good creamy macaroni and cheese. So I did buy some just for this, y'all. But whenever my boys were growing up, I made macaroni and cheese a lot. So I kept milk all the time. I just don't keep it much now because I don't make it. But I bought this for us. And I love it that it's a new jug. That way y'all can see exactly how much we use because it's a lot. All right, so I've poured in about that much so far, as y'all can see. All right, you want a lot of milk. That's what gives you your creamy macaroni and cheese. Whenever I first started cooking, y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all for a minute while I mix this up. Whenever I first started cooking, and of course was making macaroni and cheese, I always felt like you had to make macaroni and cheese at the very end because you wanted it to be creamy and you didn't want it to get like dry feeling. Well, as the years have gone by, I have learned and realized that I make my macaroni and cheese usually early, way before everything else, because you add a lot of milk and butter and cheese in there and you let it sit, and that pasta or those noodles really absorb all that good flavor. And if you add enough milk in, it does not get dry. Y'all, my macaroni and cheese, we could make it today, pop it in the fridge, get it out tomorrow, and it's going to be just as creamy tomorrow straight out of the fridge as it is today in this pot. So that's the key thing, y'all. It's just, everybody always asks me, they're like, how is your macaroni and cheese so creamy? And that's it. It's just a lot of milk, butter, cheese. That's it. I don't have any secret. That's just all there is to it. Now there have been times where I may have added a little bit of cream cheese to it or whatever. I'm not doing that today because I don't do that all the time. It's just something that, you know how I do, I'll throw in there occasionally. But just for your normal good macaroni and cheese, all you need is milk, butter, and cheese, salt and pepper. That's it. So what I like to do is, just as y'all can see here, I have all of this here in my pan, my butter, my cheese, and the milk. I'm just gonna let all of this melt down really good, and then once it gets melted, we'll put our pasta back in, and then we may need to add more milk. We'll do a little bit of salt and pepper, and we'll just kind of play it by ear as we go. And that's your good macaroni and cheese, y'all, and I promise everybody will love it. And there's no secret, I don't do any kind of eggs or mustard, any of that. And I know some of those macaroni and cheese dishes that do call for that are delicious, but this is just, I feel like just the traditional cheesy way, and it's just how I have made it for years. My boys always loved it. Their friends loved it. I mean, I would normally, I did 2 cups today. I used to do like 3 to 4 cups of elbow macaroni at a time because I'd have so many kids eating, and they loved the macaroni and cheese. So, anyway, y'all, that's all there is to it. I know I'm rambling on about it, but anyway, y'all see little Belle over here in her chair. She's not feeling good, bless her heart. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to just melt all this cheese and everything, and then I'll come back, and we're going to plate all this up with our ham. Braden's going to have green beans. I'm going to have broccoli, and we're going to have a delicious dinner, y'all. Okay, y'all, our cheese is just about all melted. Our butter is for sure melted, but you see what I'm talking about? We have just this nice, cheesy little mixture here, and I'm going to grab our pasta, toss it back in. Let's see. Put it in. Set that over there for now. And we're going to mix that all in. And you see, that's what I'm saying about whenever I tell you that I like to make it ahead of time. That's because I want this to sit, and that pasta is going to absorb a lot of that good stuff, and the noodles are going to expand a little bit more. And that's just what makes a delicious macaroni and cheese. I know it's a little bit more time consuming, but it does make a difference. So, I mean, you could serve this right now just like this, but if you wait a little bit, it's going to be 10 times better. All right, we're going to add in a little bit of salt and pepper. Even though I salted my pasta water, I still like to do a little bit of salt in here. Okay, and of course some pepper. Now, if you don't like pepper in your macaroni, you can leave that out, but I always add in just a little bit, and then everyone else can add a little bit more if they want to whenever it's served. Okay, I'm gonna let this just sit here and hang out for a little bit, y'all. We may need to add more milk. I never know. I just let it sit here, hang out. I'm gonna pop the lid on it, turn it down on a low temperature. Let that pasta get back good and hot, and then I'll come back and we'll check it here in just a few minutes. Okay, y'all, our macaroni and cheese is done. I'm gonna show it to y'all real quick, but I'm gonna see if I can get Braden in here to do the taste test for the macaroni and cheese and the ham. These are 2 of his favorites, but look at this, y'all. I've just had it sitting here. Don't that look good? This is a good, just creamy macaroni and cheese. Okay, all right, so give me just a second. I'm gonna go in here and tell him dinner is done and see if he'll come in here and taste for y'all. Okay, y'all, here is Braden. He's gonna do our taste test for our macaroni and cheese, our ham. Here's your bowl. 2 of just our traditional favorites, and I think he'll love it. That's the ham. I just heated a little bit up, but we got plenty more. Did you like your sandwich today?
I loved it.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that little bit of ham, y'all, that I cut off, I fixed that for him as a sandwich today because it was already good and done. And then I made macaroni and cheese. We ain't had macaroni and cheese in forever.
I know.
Everybody's asking for it, so I made us some.
All right. Let's see. Made a lot, didn't you? More than a spoonful.
I know. I'm gonna have to have me more than a spoonful, that's for sure. And then I made you some green beans. I made me some broccoli back there, but I made you some green beans. Y'all, this is the kind of food that we used to eat almost every single day. Do we not, Brady?
We did.
All the time. I don't know how I did it and stayed so slim, but I did. I sure don't now. So whenever they tell you it catches up with you when you get older, they really mean it. Because I sure can't do it now. Oh, it ain't catching up with you. You ain't seen nothing yet. you get them?
Yep. Got them all.
Good. There you go. Right there. All right, try your ham and your macaroni and cheese.
I give macaroni an A+.
A plus.
Mm-hmm.
What about that ham? Is good. I've done been munching on it.
That is so good.
I can't quit leaving it alone.
Green beans pretty good too.
Green beans, yeah. Oh man. Okay, y'all. So really, if you've never tried this kind of ham, you really need to try it. It is so simple, so easy, and delicious. Everybody will love it. And and the macaroni and cheese, y'all, like I said, I just have just a very basic, simple recipe, but it is good. It's just really all about how you cook it. This, like I said, it's all about the liquid you add in too. This is the amount of milk that I added in. So you want to add in more than you think. And that's what makes it good and helps to keep it creamy. And then just your cheese and your butter. I mean, that's all there is to it, to good macaroni and cheese. And then, of course, like I said, I steamed me some broccoli over here. There's little Belle still in the chair. She's just not feeling good. And I'm going to have to love on her. But I'll fix my plate in a minute, y'all. I'm going to get all this kind of cleaned up. And I'll be back. I have plenty of other things that I need to do with the rest of this ham. We had a ton. Like I said, that ham was almost 10 pounds. But goodness, was it delicious. But anyway, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.